Good morning, this is Jack from Charting Markets Crypto, and this is a pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 25th of March. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin first. Now, Bitcoin, I'm leaning towards this forming a flag at the moment, and I've got an obvious trend line for that too, actually. The first of them we've reached and slightly overthrown, but this is the main one up here. And that's up in about the 89,500 area, and I'd quite like to see that make target, and we haven't made it yet. Now, obviously, if we see a break below the flag support currently in the 85,200 area, then it may already be over and on the way down. But at the moment, the obvious flags I've got here, the obvious flag resistance trend line, we've not reached them yet. So this is the one on Bitcoin. I do have an alternate here. It's a channel one, and it's not bad, but this one would fit with reaching the IHS target, but at the moment I'm leaning towards it reaching this one here, and it hasn't managed it yet. All right, looking at the daily chart, we're obviously well over the daily middle band. I've got that as support in the 84,364 area, and I'll be watching that because as and when this flag finishes forming, I'm expecting us to go down, and there's a very distinct possibility we'll head down to this double top target in the 69,000 to 70,000 area. All right, looking at Solana. Solana, on the hourly chart, I've got this trend line here, which I'm watching. We've reached the first one. The second one, have I marked that on this chart? Yeah, this is the obvious trend line. I've got that now in about the 146.75 area, I think. Might be 147 by the time we get there, but I'm leaning towards that being made as well. It's a nice looking flag. It should generally reach that trend line. That could set up a nice looking little level top as and when we get there as well, and potentially an hourly RSI 14 sell signal brewing. Obviously, we are significant. We had a big breakup from the daily middle band yesterday. We did actually reach the daily upper band, and I'm not expecting it to go a huge amount higher, although I am still aware that there is a possible IHS, no, not a possible IHS neckline. We've got a little high here in the 151, 152 area, and we've got an IHS target, I think. Am I right? Yeah, we got an IHS target, which is in the 151 area. So 151, 152. So that's the kind of area I'm thinking we might reach if we get there today. I'm thinking that's probably the max we're going to get to, because that's actually the 3SD upper band. I'm not really seeing it getting the juice to get much further. All right, on Ethereum, we've now got a weak RSI 14 buy signal fixed on Ethereum. We are obviously significantly over the daily middle band. This has been weaker off the lows, as Ethereum frequently is. But again, I've got a nice looking resistance trend line, and again, it hasn't made it. I've got that in about the 2100 and 40 area to 50. And I'm leaning towards making that. So we haven't quite made the targets. I'm leaning towards making those trend line targets. So we'll see how that goes. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions, of which we have none. So I think that's a wrap. I'll catch everyone tomorrow morning.